1, 2, ready, go.
Rembrandt Frerichs trio was founded around the year 2000, and in this lineup, together with Vincent, our drummer, I have been playing since I think around 2004 or 5, and Tony joined a little bit later. So yeah, for more than a decade we're playing together. I think by this time we did more than 400 concerts together in this unique lineup of piano, bass and drums, which for the jazz world, of course, is a very classic lineup, because you can do all you want in music in the most condensed form. Obviously, rhythm, melody and harmony. So myself, I'm very happy with this trio, with this form we have. We are also what you would call a working band. So we rehearse every week in my house studio, and this 10, 12 years of playing together jazz, improvised music, classical music and Persian music is something I like very much. My name is Rembrandt. I am the piano player, in this case of the Rembrandt Frerichs trio. Having lived in Egypt, in Cairo for some time, I developed a strong love for the Middle East and its culture and its music.
This is Vincent Plonnier. I am the drummer and percussionist with the Rembrandt Frerichs trio. I started out as a pure jazz drummer, but then more influences from other types of music came into my playing, and of course lately the influence of Persian music has been really strong.
My name is Tony Hovorder. I'm the bass player of the Rembrandt Frerichs trio. I've been playing bass since I was 17. 20 years ago I was on tour in the Middle East and in Iran, and I fell in love with the music, and I've been playing it ever since.
Three people, it makes for a great conversation. The group doesn't get too big, so when we improvise, it's only 3 partners that you in total improvise with, and the spectrum of sounds which we can make, I think, blends very well with guest musicians, you know, like Kehan Kalhor on Kemenche, Hossein Alizadeh on tar and Shurengis, and
موسیقی خیلی زود آدم‌ها رو به هم نزدیک میکنه. ما با موسیقی خیلی زود به هم نزدیک شدیم. به خصوص این تریو یک خاصیت خیلی خوبی داره که وقتی که به هر موسیقی یا به هر ملیتی میخواد کار بکنه، نزدیک بشه، خیلی غرق میشه توی اون فرهنگ و خیلی کار میکنن روش و کمتر من دیدم که برای کسایی که میخوان موسیقی میکس اجرا بکنن اینقدر خودشون داوطلب باشن و بخوان یاد بگیرن. اینی که حتی در فواصل و کوک و اینو کاملا تغییر میدن تا به اون موسیقی خاص نزدیک بشن و خیلی گوش میکنن، خیلی چیزایی که من اومدم مواجه شدم یا به من وقتی که تماس میگیرن ایمیل میزنن خودشون پیشنهاد میدن که فلان قطعه رو کار کن. اینه که کار با این دوستان هم خیلی لذت بخشه و میشه گفت تا حدود زیادی هم راحته، ریلکسه، برای که بسیار انسان‌های دوست داشتنی هستن و خودشون شدن مثل موسیقی، یعنی اینقدر موسیقی روشون تاثیر خوب داشته که فکر کنم هر جای دنیا با هر کسی که کار میکنن مثل احساس منو دارن.
Iran was a country where already I wanted to go to when I was 18. So I asked many of my friends then, like, shall we travel to Iran together? And at that time, nobody wanted to join me. And now it's great to be here, you know, with meeting those fantastic musicians. Of course, playing with Kehan and playing with friends we know. We went to Persepolis, we went to Shiraz, we went to Isfahan. It's a beautiful place and such a friendly people. You know, that's really nice. Very welcoming, very friendly people. It was nice, it was beautiful, it was very loud, of course, and I lived some time in Egypt, so I know the azan from the Egyptian mosques, which sounds a little bit different, so that was kind of nice to musically hear what they do, and yeah, I found it a very nice experience.
به فستیوالی در هلند دعوت شدم، فکر می‌کنم در سال 2010 بود، به اسم نوامبر میوزیک، که هدف فستیوال این بود که در واقع من با نوازنده‌های هلندی آشنا بشم و یه کاری مشترکی با هم انجام بدیم که رامبراند فریگر رو اونجا شناختم، با هم یه کنسرت دادیم. بعد از اونم چون زبان مشترکی با هم پیدا کردیم دیگه ادامه پیدا کردم کاریمو. موسیقی‌های خوبی هستن و خیلی فکرشون بازه نسبت به انواع موسیقی دیگه، دوست دارن که یاد بگیرن، دوست دارن که آمیزش پیدا بکنن با انواع موسیقی دیگه و تنها در حیطه کاری خودشون باقی نموندن. در جاز از زبان جاز استفاده میکنن ولی واقعا جاز کلاسیک انجام نمیدن. در واقع یه نوع جاز مدرنه که اکثرا با نوازنده‌های دیگه، شاید از کشورهای دیگه یا از فرهنگ‌های موسیقی دیگه مثل موسیقیان غرب یا انواع اقسام موسیقیان دیگه حاضرن که دیالوگ داشته باشن و همین کارشون خیلی متفاوت و جدید کرده.
وزارك أورمزدا هي إمام بومي مدا هي أبام أسمان مدا هي مراتي مدا هي مراتي مدا شياتي حيا مراتي حيا خدای بزرگ است اهورامزدا که این زمین را آفرید، که آسمان را آفرید، که مردم را آفرید و شادی را برای مردم آفرید.
Wow.
من فکر میکنم که شخصیت هر کدوم این بچه ها خب طبیعتا جدا به عنوان انسان هر کدوم یه شخصیت دارن، به عنوان موزیسین یه شخصیت دارن، ولی چیزی که خیلی مهمه یه شخصیت گروهی پیدا کردن با هم که خیلی از هر نظر شبیه به هم شدن. وقتی تو تریو کار میکنن به یک جایی رسیدن که یه شخصیت مشترک پیدا کردن، هم از نظر انسانی هم از نظر موسیقایی. البته این کلمه یعنی تشریح عجیبی نیست، چون بعضی وقتا شما می‌بینین اعضای یه ارکستر سمفونی شخصیت مشترکی پیدا میکنن، انقدر با یه رهبر کار میکنن سالیان متمادی، 20 سال مثلا، و همون اعضا هستن دیگه، میدونن که رهبر چی میخواد، هدفشون چیه، کنسرتاشون با چی انجام بدن. این که من فکر میکنم که بچهای این تریو هم به یه جای خاصی رسیدن از نظر موسیقی، از نظر شخصیت جمعیشون، و افرادی هستن که خیلی خیلی حرفه‌ای هستن از همه نظر، روابط حرفه‌ای خیلی خوب بلدن و خیلی مفید کار میکنن، از وقتشون استفاده میکنن و تمام مشخصات یه تریو حرفه‌ای دارن.
As a bass player, I've always been very happy with my instrument, the double bass. It's a wonderful instrument. But for some kinds of music, I was looking for something different, something more versatile, with a bigger range and more melodic and lighter tone. When I found out about the violon, I found the instrument that I was looking for the whole time. It's actually a very old instrument. It's an instrument from the 16th century, built by the first violin makers that came from Andalusia and traveled to Italy. I always wanted somebody to build an instrument for me, so I asked Gesina Liedmeijer, one of the best instrument builders from the Netherlands, to to build this violone, an exact copy of an instrument that is in a French museum. The original instrument is from 1540 and built by Pellegrino. The head on top of the instrument is actually the head of a faun, or faunus, and it's half man, half animal and half plant. It's a mythical creature from the Roman era, partly man, partly plant and partly animal. It reflects the force, the beauty and the sensuality of nature, of the plants, the animals and the human beings.
Tony, our bassist, in one word, I would say personality. What I like about him and our cooperation is that he really, to the trio, brings a huge personality, which means many times we disagree, and that kind of makes for interesting music. You know, it's not very smooth. So I think by disagreeing on some things, we get very much into depth of the music. That's what I like about Tony.
I brought this now for the first time. I traveled with this instrument. Normally I play double bass, the big one, and now I play with a new instrument, which is a copy from a very old instrument from 1560, like very long time ago, 500 years old. And this is a copy, and it's called violone. And it has the difference with the bass. The bass has 4 strings, and this one has 6 strings. And it has these frets, like a guitar or like a sitar. And with this I play a lot of... It's used in early music, in Baroque music like Johann Sebastian Bach, Handel. But I use it for jazz, but also for Persian music and Arabic music. So that's... but now I take it in the plane, and I put it like this on the chair in the plane. So I hope it's okay. You know, I have to...
So you had a ticket for...
Sorry? Yes, I had an extra ticket for the bass, for the violon.
Nice.
The difference is the bass, you only have low notes like this one, like bass. And with this one I also have high notes. So here it sounds like a guitar, or a lute, or a oud, or... And the other thing I use, of course, is this. This is a bow. Just some hairs. I don't want it to end. I was just talking to the guys this morning at breakfast. We have such a blessed life as musicians. We travel the world, we play for people, people enjoy what we do, we can meet people, we can actually make a difference with influencing the world in a funny way through art, through music. So my fear is that it stops. You know, that is the only fear.
The biggest fear. Okay. Oh my God. I don't know. I don't know. maybe some cliches, something happens with your children, or disease, or sickness, or that kind of thing, you know? But I guess usually I'm quite an adventurous person, so yeah, I don't really know.
I would think maybe to be to try hard and not achieve anything.
جنگ.
I studied both in New York in the United States and in The Hague here in the Netherlands. And now one of the things I'm trying to do is to combine my love for jazz and improvised music together with the art music of the Middle East, so like Persian classical music. I feel it's a great thing to do, you know, because there are so many things that we share with Persian music and with improvised jazz. Besides the modern grand piano, I also tend to play on a historical piano called the forte piano. The one I have was built specifically for me a couple of years ago and is an exact copy of the instrument that Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart had in his house. The original is from 1790, and on the many projects with world musicians, many of them from Iran, I try to incorporate this beautiful forte piano to it. And another sound I tend to try to mix is the harmonium, the European harmonium. I have one from the year 1860, and I think it really blends very well by making possible more longer sounds, you know, more singing, longer sounds. So that's a little bit about me. Vincent, our drummer, he's a unique drummer who is very much not the typical drummer, you know. He can phrase or he can sing on his instrument, or he can talk on the instrument as if he would be playing, I don't know, trumpet or saxophone or another instrument. So Vincent to me is a very good guy to talk with musically.
Lately, I've been developing my own combination set of drums and percussion instruments that partly I built myself. I built some drums to use, and also I collected drums from, you know, various places around the world. And all these things together form my so-called whisper kit. And as that name suggests, it lends itself very well to playing softly and transparently. That's actually my two goals, sound-wise, and that way it fits in really well with classical instruments. And they can be classical Western instruments, but they can also be classical Persian instruments.
خیلی خوشحالیم توفیق مجدد داشتیم بابت همکاری با رمبرندت تریو و علل خصوص آقای تونی اورواتر که آلبوم رهگذر تالیف ایشون هستش.
During our tour in Iran, the CD Traveler was released at RHE Records. This record company already released another CD of us called Levantasy. This album contains recordings for a documentary. The documentary was called Around the Old World Sea and was a 6-part documentary about a Dutch politician who traveled around the Mediterranean in the early 1900s. RHE Records organized a launch in a bookstore in Tehran. Many fans showed up to celebrate.
یک چیزی که بسیار در نظر من جالب بود این بود که یک گروه در واقع غربی مال در واقع قلب اروپا، جایی مثل آمستردام که مرکز در واقع خیلی از اتفاقای هنری اروپا هم هست، یک گروهی با این جدیت موسیقی ایرانی رو به قول معروف بهش توجه کرده و با موزیسین‌های خوب ایرانی شروع کرده به فعالیت کردن و رپرتوارهای اونها رو گرفته، در واقع نوت‌های مربوط به ردیف موسیقی ایرانی رو گرفته و برای من خیلی جالب بود. به طوری که ما هرچی من توی تمرین‌ها یا توی مدت آشنایی کنسرت‌ها هرچی براشون می‌خوندم، تقریباً بچه‌های رامبراندت تریو هر سه اینها آشنایی داشتن. در یک زمان بسیار کوتاه اینا میتونستن که اون موسیقی رو در واقع بشناسن، چون با رپرتوار موسیقی ایرانی کاملا آشنا بودن و ارتباطی که اونها با موسیقی ایرانی داشتند خیلی خیلی برای من قشنگ و جالب بود و احساس غرور میکردم در واقع، به خاطر اینکه یک گروهی از اروپا موسیقی کشور ما رو اینجور درک کردن و شناختن که بهش علاقه‌مند شدن. و خب در گذشته هم من تقریبا تیکه‌های کوچیکی از ویدیوهاشون رو با همکاری مثلا اساتید خوبی مثل استاد کلهر، استاد علیزاده دیده بودم که اونها هم در واقع استاد علیزاده و استاد کیهان کلهر در بخش اینسترومنتال خیلی تجربه‌های خوبی در بخش بین‌المللی دارن با موزیسین‌های زیادی در دنیا و مخصوصا رامبراندت تریو.
آمد یکی آتش سوار بیرون جهید از این حساب، آمد یکی آتش سوار
Okay, what's this, guys? Newspaper. Iran. Sharq, like west and east.
Yes.
But what is this? Razunish.
Tanzanias.
Razunias. What does it mean?
It means a kind of crane.
Crane,
Made
okay.
For music.
Naramahai.
Music.
Music. Okay.
Nagmahaya.
Nagmahaya means music. Praying music from east and west. Okay. And here, concert, Kehan Kalhar, Rua, Rembrandt Trio, Parkezershat.
I discovered the tombak, the classic Persian drum, and through studying that, I discovered a whole range of possibilities, percussively that I could use on the drum set too. So that's one of the things I do, or at least try to do, when playing with Kehan Kalhar, for example, is to use that knowledge of Persian music, but then translate it to the drum set.
The concerts in Iran together with Kehan Kalhar were a very nice experience for me personally and for the whole trio. Of course, we have been playing quite often here in Europe with Kehan, but the reception of our music with the Iranian people in Iran was mind-blowing to experience. It's so nice to feel how deep the people in Iran enjoy this music and how much love they have for this deep, almost 3,000-year-old culture, which we celebrate together. Also, visiting Iran together with Kehan, of course, was a big joy. Getting to know the country better and meeting its super friendly people and very hospitable culture. So we hope to be back many, many, many times in Iran.